Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Say hi. Last time you guys probably saw Nashville on camera, he was very small. He's now 9 months. So we're gonna get into it and I'm gonna go put him outside. Hey guys, my name is Lauren and welcome to my channel. If you're new and you've never seen my channel before, thanks for even clicking on this video, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Here I am 3 weeks post-op from getting surgery, which might sound really crazy and you're like, what are you talking about? I had no idea. And that's because I got a breast augmentation 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks and 1 day. By the time you watch this, it'll probably be more than that, but I hope to get this video up as soon as I can. And yeah, I haven't gotten any questions from you guys yet at all, so that's because I haven't talked about it yet on social media. So if you have any questions that I did not answer in this video, which I bet there's going to be a lot of things that I don't cover because I'll forget or I'm just not, thinking about it, so message me on Instagram. Here's my Instagram. Definitely do it there instead of the comments down below on YouTube, because sometimes they get mixed up and I just lose track of them, and it's a lot easier for direct message, all that. So anyways, let's get into it. Oh yes, I did it, and I honestly, it's a weird thing to be proud about, but I'm just like proud that I went through it. And it's been a long 7 years. Yes, 7 years. I know I might sound crazy, but for those of you who are in the position of researching a breast augmentation, you're curious, you're nervous, maybe you really are on the fence and you come to YouTube, and that's what I did. So I hope, and the goal of this video is to help you guys get some, knowledge. Maybe my experience really helps you make a decision, but I do want to preface that this is not me pushing plastic surgery on you. This was a long, hard 7 years of me just thinking about it, thinking of me not being in the right headspace to where I am now, where I felt that this was just the right time in my life to do something like this. And with that comes a lot of research and a lot of time, so please do not rush this if you are just now getting into this as a thing that you want to do. So I do have to preface that, and of course there's going to be people who have their own views on plastic surgery, and I fully respect that, but please keep it positive in the comments if you do comment. I feel like that's the one thing that we do not need in this world right now with everything going on with COVID and just all of the craziness in the world. I feel like we just need positivity for sure. So I totally respect your decision, but just know that this video is for those people that do want information, not for those who don't care about plastic surgery or they just don't like it. So anyways, sorry, I know it's kind of annoying that I had to preface that, but here we go. So I got my breast augmentation, like I said, 3 weeks ago, and like I said, it was 7 years of thinking about it, which sounds insane, but I am gonna be 25 next month. And so kind of around the time of getting out of high school, I had always just asked my mom, like, okay, well, you had like double D boobs, and I am stuck with almost a double A. So it was things like that where I just started thinking, if I do not, like my mom, develop, that's okay. But I always in the back of my head thought, if one day I can muster up the courage and be able to afford something like this, I think that I want to do it. And I really had to come to a place where I kept having to ask myself, okay, well, why? And then figure out if this was for, other people or if this was for myself. So it really was those 7 years of really going back and forth, like, okay, Lauren, if you're gonna do this, you're not doing this for anyone else. And that's my first tip. Do not do this because some random boy said you like have such a flat chest and you should get one. Like, do not listen to people. People are mean in this world, but that's the last thing you need to do a surgery like this for. The other thing too is, for a little second out of high school, I thought, oh my gosh, like this will make me happier. And that is just not the case with plastic surgery. It's an enhancement of what you already are and what you already feel like, but don't think that this is going to be the end all be all to your happiness, because it's just not. Okay, so let's just get into my experience with everything. And like I said, this is just my experience. Every single person's is different. If you've watched any YouTube video on this subject or just surgery in general, everyone is gonna come out of it differently. So here we are in the world of the coronavirus. Yes, I know, sad. There were a few factors that went along with that, with finding a surgeon for a breast augmentation. Most of them are only doing consultations through Zoom. And the first two surgeons, I did like their practice. I liked the way that they went about things. But the thing that I didn't love is how they reacted to when they heard that I wanted saline instead of silicone implants. So there are many differences with those. I can go into that later in this video or in another one. But they kind of were, the two doctors that I first talked with were a little bit turned off about it. And that was kind of a little bit of a red flag, because I felt like if I was the patient, I should be able to, you know, of course learn from them because they're the surgeons, but also I wanted to have my kind of opinion, like, you know, known, and I wanted them to be, you know, open to that instead of just pushing something that I didn't really want, which was silicone. With that said, the third doctor I finally met with, which was the doctor that I went with, was the first one that I could meet in person. So he didn't do a Zoom, he didn't do a FaceTime. I actually could come in. We were wearing our masks. But I got to sit down with the nurse and also the surgeon and talk about what I actually loved and wanted, and what I wanted to, I guess, look like after surgery. And I just loved how open he was. But the other thing I did love is that he's a double board certified surgeon. So if you're looking for surgeons, please go with somebody that is board certified. I didn't even know what double board certified meant. I didn't know what that was possible, but the research I did, it was really cool to find out that the one I ended up going with was also like super top tier surgeon. So that was really cool. I loved that. And I also loved that he asked me, you know, if you're gonna sleep good at night, knowing that you have saline instead of silicone, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do what's best for you and what you want, because you are the patient. And he felt totally confident. The other thing is that you wanna make sure you're a good candidate for either of those implants, and they will go through that. And if you're not, then you will know, but he saw that I was a good candidate for that. So I'll go into the reasons why I picked that, and I guess the sizing now. So yes, the reason why I did want something that was saline is there's a few reasons. So saline is just salt water in a silicone shell, so you do have some silicone in your body, but you're not gonna have a gel silicone. So the new silicone is called gummy bear implants. That's kind of like the other term for it these days. That's kind of the more popular term for it, because when you cut a gummy bear in half, it doesn't ooze out, it just keeps its shape. Same thing with the implant. And my dog is barking outside, so sorry about that. I'm just gonna keep going. So yes, I knew that I didn't want the gummy bear implant, even though it does hold its shape, because of a few reasons. If it does rupture or it like pop, you'll never really know until you have like symptoms and your body starts like kind of reacting to it. So I wanted to know if mine ruptured, that I would know right away. Kind of with saline, you kind of know right away the next few days because it starts to deflate. But with silicone, you do not know, because it's holding its shape inside your body. So the FDA does recommend that every 3 years you go and get like a mammogram, or you get it checked out, and you would be having to pay out of pocket for those most likely, since it's not like urgent for, you know, looking at your breasts in a mammogram. So, or, you know, anyways, and so I knew that I wanted to know if something was wrong, like kind of right away, instead of over the years maybe not really knowing and then having symptoms that it's ruptured and finding out that it is later on. So those were my reasonings for that. I just knew I would feel a little bit better. And also sometimes the silicone, even though it's gel, it can still be very sticky, so I didn't want any chance of that rupturing in my body and being super sticky or whatever. So anyways, everyone's different. I know women who absolutely love their silicone implants, so don't take my word for it if you're really wanting to do the other one. So as far as size, I saw a lot of women wanting like a full C small D cup, because yes, the implants will seem huge at first and be very swollen, but the ultimate goal is really, for me, my goal was to be proportionate to my body. And so if I were to just do a B cup, it still wouldn't be very proportionate because of my like broad shoulders and just the way that my body is built. I'm 5'5", and I'm not like, I'm more of like an athletic build, I guess you would say. So anyways, I wanted to take the surgeon's tips, and so I mentioned, you know, I think I want to be a full C, small D cup, but my end goal is just to be proportionate to my body. And so that's exactly what he felt as well. And at first, basically I'll go ahead and insert a few clips in a little bit, but yeah, so I had a feeling that I wanted to be that size. And so the thing with implants is that you can't just go in, of course, and say, oh, I want to be a C cup. It's just kind of a reference for them, including yourself. So the next step is where I was putting like implants into a bra, and you kind of see what size you might be. So this all depends on how much tissue you have to start with. Also depends on your body shape, your height, your weight, on what's gonna look good. So don't go to your doctor and say, I want this size because this is what Lauren got, because it's probably not gonna look the same on your body. So I ended up trying out a lot of different like implants in the bra. I really thought that I would want a 450cc, and I like that you're able to figure that out a few weeks beforehand and kind of try different things, because as the weeks went on, I realized that it actually didn't look that different with that in my bra. It kind of just looked like my normal self with like a push-up bra, and I didn't really, if I was going into surgery, I didn't want it to look just like like whatever. So anyways, I kind of started leaning towards 475. So that's what I told him the day of surgery. I said I think 475 would look really great, but of course I want you to be the ultimate judge. So when you're in there in surgery, if that's too big or too small, it's up to you. So he ended up filling my implants to 2 different sizes. So my left one was a little bit smaller, and that is totally normal. The girls are sisters, not twins. That's very normal for most women to get 2 different size implants, so to make them even. So I, in one side, got the 475 cc, and in the other it ended up being a 500 cc. And if you know nothing about implants, that jump probably sounds huge to you, but it's actually not too much of a difference. So one is 500 and one is 475. So I assume I'm around a D cup because I've been wearing large sports bras, and they say that a large sports bra usually fits like a D cup. So I will keep you guys updated in the next few months when I actually go bra shopping, because I have not been bra shopping yet. They suggest that you wait at least to 1 to 2 months to do that, because mine are still very high and they are still like not exactly how they're gonna look forever yet. And I will say too, going into this, you really want to see you know, the risks. There's risks with everything, and I know in the comments I'll probably get that a lot, but there is risks, and I know the risk, and I was willing to do that. And I will go ahead and insert some clips from surgery day, and then like some check-in videos in a little bit, and we can go from there. Okay, I'm in the cutest outfit ever. And then I have to put a hair cap on, so it's gonna be cute. There's Josh. Okay guys, I'm out surgery, and I'm just really tired. I just slept for, how long did I sleep for?
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, like an hour and a half. And now I'm gonna have a protein shake because I haven't eaten anything. So it's just a lot of pressure, especially on my right side. But yeah, it's not too bad, but that's because I'm on Percocet. So guys, it's the morning after my surgery day. I'll try to open this up. I haven't seen them, obviously I haven't seen them without a bra yet. It's hard for me to breathe. I actually slept kind of good last night because of that memory foam pillow that I got. I've seen other girls like stack up a lot of pillows, and this by far I think is the best, just to buy that pillow. And I'm super bloated, as you can see, like right here where the sports bra is cutting into me. Hey guys, it's the day after my surgery and looking rough, but that's okay. I just wanted to update you guys. I had my post-op appointment with my doctor, and it went really well. It was super quick. He just took a look and said that they are doing fine. Just keep the bra on. I can change bras every now and then, so I'll show you guys which one I have on from Target. It's a little bit more comfortable than the other one because it really had like no stretch and was super itchy, and I'm still itchy right now. So that's a downside of those tight bras that they give you. They weirdly made me super itchy because I had it on all day yesterday and all night. Okay guys, it is 9:50 and I'm going to bed with my head rest thing, neck pillow, and I'm out of breath, but just really hoping today was the worst day. It's definitely the worst bloating day and the worst like sharp pain day, so hopefully tomorrow will be better. And I'm sleeping alone tonight because Josh is working tonight, so I think I can do it. But I'm feeling swollen. I'll show you guys my setup really quick. Okay, so here's the wedge pillow, but tonight I'm trying something different and putting these two pillows right next to it so my arms can lay on it. And the surgeon or the nurse also told me to put a pillow, which will be that gray one, underneath my knees in case my back starts hurting. So we have quite the setup, and to be honest, if my husband was home, he wouldn't even be able to fit in here, so. Okay, so as you saw, like surgery day and a few of clips after that, maybe like a few days after that. If you want me to do more of like an in-depth tips video on how to prepare for surgery, I will. Pineapple juice really helped me. It really helps your tissue before surgery. Drinking pineapple juice like 3 days before, and taking arnica tablets after surgery to really help with inflammation, things like that, where they are ways to help you naturally, so that's cool. Of course, when it came to the pain medication, I was taking the, I guess, hard drugs that they give you in some women and people that get this surgery. Some of them do not like doing that at all, and they just try to do extra strength Tylenol, and that's fine too. It's totally up to you and what you're comfortable with. For me, the pain was pretty bad for 2 days, and so I just had to do it, and yeah, I felt fine doing that comfortably. So that's that. I feel like I'm all over the place and I'm sorry. So when I woke up from surgery, they told me my size, and it was a little bit weird because the pain that I had, it definitely was a pressure, but it really just felt like I was wearing way too tight of a sports bra and like heaviness. And I knew that because of the research I did. I knew that, and so that was fine. But the weird thing is that my right breast that was a smaller implant actually hurt more. So to give you an idea, it kind of just depends on what they have to do inside your body. I think he had to make more of a pocket on this one versus the one that was a bigger implant, which might seem a little bit weird, but he did have to kind of like do more invasive stuff to the right one, so it actually didn't depend on how big or small the implant, or yeah, how big the implant was. So I definitely thought that was interesting. So yes, I'm now 3 weeks post-op, and I will try to do a before and after photo and insert those here if I feel comfortable with doing that. I'm pretty sure I will, but I don't know. I feel like I am very just glad that I went through with the surgery. I felt like I was finally kind of in a position in my life where I was confident in who I was. But of course, having this as a surgery, I think for me personally, I wanted to do it for myself, and really just for this feeling of not having to be so uncomfortable with putting on a t-shirt and wearing a double push-up bra and feeling like I just can't be myself, or I can't even look at myself in the mirror naked. Honestly, it's a weird feeling, and if you feel this way and you're researching this stuff, you have felt that too, I'm sure. So I was finally in a position in my life where I feel like not only was I ready, I'm 25, I'm married, and I just felt like it was a good time in my life to do it, but also I knew that I finally was able to afford it, and the job that I now have, I got my phone and I'm gonna kind of read through some things. So 2 days after surgery, I woke up with a headache and sore neck, so I think that really had to do with sleeping on my back and my neck, of course. I did have the neck pillow, but sometimes it still was like kind of bad. The bra marks are so itchy. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so itchy. The first time I was able to take a shower, the warm water itched my back so bad because the bra was super tight, and so just that alone was just super itchy and uncomfortable. So if you get a back scratcher, please do it before surgery, and don't be like me where you're asking your husband and your mom to like scratch your back. And yeah, so that was weird. Putting on lotion is really hard after the shower, so like if you have somebody there, please have them help you. Showering was also really hard, which I could go into other stuff like that in a different video if you want. The other thing I said, I'm really impatient for them to drop and fluff. So the doctor actually, the day after my surgery, I had another appointment to go in right after surgery, the day after, and go in and talk with him. He just wants to check out and see and make sure everything's fine and you're doing okay. So he was like, do not look in the mirror for the next week because you're not gonna like them. And it's true. Mentally, you're just like, what have I done? I didn't regret it, but at the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, like I have to look like this for the next few weeks, and you're just super swollen and they are super high up. So do not let that scare you. The second day I also took Tylenol for the first time, or 2 days after surgery, instead of like a lot of the Percocet. I was trying to wean off of it. It's hard to stand up straight. My entire body is bloated. I was so bloated. I'll go into that in another video if you want. It was so bad. It's hard to take deep breaths, and I need to move slow. So even just walking, you have to like kind of move slow. Try to take deep breaths. It's very hard. Standing up straight was hard because you kind of just want to hunch over and you don't want to like stretch out your skin too much, but you just kind of like got to try to stand up straight. The other thing after surgery, I was really sore in the morning on the left side with the bigger implant. Morning boob is a thing. It hurts more in the morning, and as you go on throughout your day, it gets less. Bruising on the right side, I did have bruising like right here, and then I think a little bit on the outside of this one. I didn't have an appetite until around 1 o'clock. I thought I was gonna be so starving right out of surgery when I got out around 11 or 12, but I ended up being more tired than hungry. So you just kind of want to go to sleep right when you get home. That's how I felt, and I felt so much better after waking up and then eating. I had my surgery on Monday, and by the time Saturday came around, I was able to go to a restaurant with family, and then also just like feel almost like myself, but in the car when we would go over bumps, I was still kind of like holding here and always making sure I had my sports bra on, because once you do take it off, it just feels so heavy, and you do not want to like feel like that. So I hated the feeling of not having it on, even though it was so tight and uncomfortable. So that outweighed not having it, and you really should have it on all the time, especially the first week. So anyways, I know that was so much information, and some of you are probably like, wait a second, like I'm so confused, like I have so many questions, what? So like I said, just message me down below, message me on my Instagram. It's just Lauren Kelly Miranda, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and learn something new. Yeah, I guess that is all, and I know this is random and it's a weird topic, but thank you guys so much for just taking the time to listen, and I hope that this helped at least a few of you get some information from me and how my experience went. And everyone's experience is different, that's for sure. So I will talk to you guys in my next video, and follow me on Instagram and subscribe here if you haven't already. Bye guys.